Assalamualaikum. My name is Mohammad Iqbal, and today I'm going to explain you about the concept of serial communication. What is serial communication, and what are its types and modes? So, first of all, I will talk about the parallel and serial communication. That is a parallel interfaces, the transfer of multiple bits at the same time. That, as you can see, that the multiple bits are being transmitted from the transmitter to the receiver at the same time. That is bit zero, bit one, bit two, bit three, bit four, bit five, bit six, and bit seven, and they all are transmitted at the same time, say him then with the same clock. So it is a very fast method. Now comes to the serially transmitting or receiving data. That in this the it is serially, the data is transmitted serially one by one, one and bitwise, bit by bit. That is bit zero is first being transmitted, and the bit zero output is the bit one input, and this is in this way it is serially transmitted from the transmitter to the receiver with the every rising edge of the clock. With every rising edge of the clock. now comes Now comes the serial communication technologies, that is asynchronous and asynchronous. What is asynchronous? Synchronous terminology. Does asynchronous mean that with every rising edge, our data will be high, and in asynchronous is independent of the rising edge of the clock, as it do not depend on the rising edge of the of the clock. That is that it will not be high at every rising edge. It can be randomly high at any point on the clock. What is duplex? There are some terms you use in serial communication. And so serial communication is simplex, duplex, and full duplex. Separate lines for the transmission and receptions are called simplex. Only reception or transmission at a time, that it can perform only one operation at a time, that it can receive or transmit. Half duplex can transmit or receive, but one at one time. Okay, it can transmit or receive, but one at one time. What is full duplex? Can transmit and receive simultaneously. That it works like full duplex work like this. That if it is transmitting at the same time, it can be receiving. It is transmitting and it is receiving also at the same time. Simplex is that it can also transmission at a time. This means that it can transmit but also receive, but not at the same time. Now comes the concept of non-return of zero coding. Parity bit. So the logic one is say a signal to be high. So this is not it's only a basic concept that we studied. We also studied in DLD, that when the logic is one, it will be considered as high, and when the logic is zero, it will be considered. Now to further enhance the data integrity during the transmission, the parity techniques may be used. The parity is an additional bit that may be transferred with the data byte. So parity may be even and odd, and the parity is also used to check the error in the output, as we studied in the DLD course. So now comes the USART, Universal Synchronous Asynchronous Communication, SPI, Serial Peripheral Interface, and TWA, Twin Wire Interface. USART and UART. UART stand for Universal Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter. From its name, it is clear that it is asynchronous and the data bits are not synchronized with the clock pulses. Now, USART is clear that it can be synchronous or asynchronous, that its data can be synchronized with the pulses or not. These are also there are now I will come to the main basic, that how the circuit of the USART and serial communications UART is made. So you will need a two Arduino boards. One is for master, that is transmitter, and that other is a receiver, that is a slave. Okay, you will give input from the master or transmitter. That will be its input. Its output will be the input to the slave or the receiver. So this thing is somehow written. What I have told you, this is somehow that thing. RXT and TXT, as you have seen in your Arduino Uno board, there are two types of specific pins which are used for specific purpose. That is RXT and TXT. This is receiver pin, and transmit pin. In NXT case, the clock pin with it. So there are three modes of operation: synchronous mode, asynchronous, double speed mode, asynchronous normal mode. These are some modes. Baud rate generation. There are baud rate for every specific Arduino device. That is 9600 for Arduino Uno, and for Atmega 2560 it is 11,500 almost, if I'm not wrong. This is some formula for calculating the pulse baud rate. That is f clock divided by 16 multiplied by UBRR plus 1. And so this is the formula that is used for baud rate calculation. These are some terms. That is the F is the clock system, is the clock frequency of the system. UBRR is the content of UBRRL and UBRRH. So baud rate, B is the baud rate. So USART data register, UDR is a UR data register. These are all the bits. So we are not discussing all the bits. We will simply overview the bits. So we will not go into the detail. RXC is the USART receive complete flag bit. TXT is the USART transmit complete flag bit. That when the transmission is completed, this flag will be high, and when the receiver will be completed, and the receiver complete flag will be high. So the UDRE is the data register empty. This will indicate that the data register is empty. Now on the frame error register, you are overrun error, and all these types of parity error, double transmission speed, multiprocessor communication mode. These all are the modes and some information about USART and UART. Okay, these are some transmitter enabled, receiver enabled, RXCN, TXCN character size bit that will determine the character size of your array. Okay, RXD8, TXP8, transmit data bit 8, and these things USART, UCSRC, control register C. These are some sample code, that is master slave. This will be implemented on I2C. Now I will come to the concept of 2I2C, 2WI, 2 wire I2C. So the I2C protocol is used for the communication between the parts, and it can be used up to 127 per participant. And so this is used for the transmission. These are all the modes of transmission, and we can go in detail, but due to shortage of time, we can't go in detail. So I will just give you an overview of these things, all things. Okay, let me load the slides. Somehow the serial peripheral interface SPI is shown here. We will discuss some basics of serial peripheral interfaces. SPI, I pronounce SPI SPY, SPY SPYI. So the serial peripheral interfacing and is one of the most used communication protocols, and is very simple to use. So these are some MISO MOSI. MISO is master in slave out, and MOSI is master out slave in. So it means that the master in will be slave. Okay, master in will be slaves in, slave out, and it is so the MISO mean that that the master is input and the slave is output, and MOSI mean that the master is output and the slave is input. So these are the some types of configurations. Then SCK is the clock bit. Then so these are some of the configurations and registers. There are SPI control register, SPI status register, SPI data registers, and SPI enable data order, master slave select that it will select. These are the bit 4 is the selection bit, you can say, which will select between the bits, whether it's master or whether it's slave. So clock polarity bit. So these are all the bits, clock phase bits, SPI clock rate select bit. So these are some type of the bits. So we are not supposed to go into the detail. It will take too much time. So we will directly go to our simulations. So this is a code of our first code of USART. This is a master in master code. In this you can see that the DDRB pin D1 is pin D1 when it is specifically used as an input for the, and pin 0 is also used of coding. These are some of the register. That is a UBRR is the data registers. UBRL or UBRR0 H is a data register for high. So UBRR0H is the register for baud rate register, high for high, and UBRR0L is the baud rate register for low. UCSR0 is the receiver transmitter register B and C. These are the receiver and transmitter. UCR is the compare register, and RXNE0 is the receiver register, and TXNE0 is the transmitter register. So these are the so this is used for the 8-bit length. So we will on an LED by using this circuit. The button will be connected to the at mega 328p, and the LED will be connected to the receiver end. So this is its slave in output. Okay, I will debug. So the code will be shown to you. This is a slave output. So you can see that the procedure is almost same, but only a button, only an LED is connected to the claim. But this is the UBR value of it. That is baud rate register value. That is 24, not a 2400, but it is written wrong. 9600 baud rate, 103 value, and these are all the same registers that were used in that. But here the condition is for receiver. There was condition for the transmitter. So these are this is the code. So now we will run this code on. This is our Proteus circuit for our receiver transmitter task 1. Use hard to hard. You can see that the LED is controlled by a button. So let me run the code. So first I will upload an hex file into it. So let me upload an hex file. So this is our library MISO-MOSI pin. We have defined the pins MISO-MOSI, that way they will be connected. Send data init master pin and the two-dimensional array for database and characters for A1, A2, A3, and A4. Void search function is declared here, and now I will go towards the main function, initializer at master. So हम लोग बात so we are talking that DDRD as 0xF0. So for D is equal to 0x0F. हमारे पास first 4 bits are for our input and the last 4 bits is for output. So this is condition for X is equal to pin D. So this will take the input from the port D from the keypad transmitter, and undecoded value will be compared with a decoded value, and if the value match the certain value will be displayed, and the search function will be called into it. So this is the search function, and you can see that it will search in an array. So two arrays are made. One is for C1 and R1. R1 and R2. This is, as you can see, this is a R1, and it is comparing the row with the columns one by one. So this is the send data that will send data to that mega from the keypad. As you can see that SPDR register is used, and port D is equal to SDR, that to this register to port B, the data will be sent to this register. And now at the end of this function is called. So now it's go with to its slaves output. So as you can see that it is a slave. It is a slave input. So it is a slave input. That is a master output is a slave input. So you can see that MISO pin is used in it, and this is used that will be easily used to write on the LCD. Now I will go towards this task. So this is our task, and you can see that it's running because hex file has been uploaded into it. So you can see that when I press 8, it will get 8. When I will press 7 with some delay, it will give me the letters 4, 5, 6. So this was our lab on USART. Thanks for watching.